Hello everyone, this is Suresh here. So today we will just quickly discuss about how to create a user story to test case generator using a simple AWS AI using Bedrock. Okay, so this project actually consists of two things. One is with the test data generator, and second one is the AI test case generator. Okay, so we are going to create some realistic synthetic insurance user stories with the one tool or else with one Python code. And second one is we will use the same generated user stories and transform it into the test cases. Basically, we are going to use it in the AWS Bedrock, and we'll be using the Cloud AI models. And you can go through this. So what is synthetic data and how it is generated, how the Bedrock credential, everything is going to look into this. And this is available in the GitHub. And you can go through this in the GitHub, and you can do some analysis around this. My intention here is like I just going to see directly get into the demo and then showcase it how it has been used. Okay, so let me clone the code first. So I'll be using the VS Code. So let me clone the repository. Okay, I got the repository. Let me put it in some repository folder. Let me create one. I will say Bedrock, or else I will say AWS test case generator for simple purpose. Let me select the repository destination. Yes, being good. And my thing is opened. So we can see this project. So let me open the README file. From here, we'll get start working here. So we have the test case generator as well as AI generator. So let me go to the steps. So we just did this clone. Let me open a new terminal over here. Okay, let me create uh, the virtual environment. So you can see there is a virtual environment has been created, and let's activate it. Slash bin slash activate. So you can see we have the virtual environment created. Now let's use this command. Let me close this for a second. And we download the required packages needed for the test. Okay, so let's execute the project one. So we go into this and then Python 3 test data generator .py. So if you want to see what is the test data generator, anyway, code is already available. Maybe you can go through and modify whichever that is you want. Now let me hit enter. So this is keep going. This is not AI. This is only a Python automation. So this is not connecting to any of the AI. It is just generating some random user stories. User stories, if you see, their data folder has been created, and inside the data folder, the insurance user stories has been created. This is basically a mix and match of the uh, you can see the mix and match of the nodes and acceptance criteria and few of the dummy data, whichever we are talking about. Okay. Uh, let me open it, the readme file. And now we will move on to the next step. That is the key part here. So we have created the output. I mean, we already have these user stories. Now we will move on to now we are already in the SRC folder. Now we will streamlit the application. Okay. So now here you can see the application has been created. This is running in the local host. Here we need to provide the access key and secret key. This AWS access key and secret key, either you can in your organization, whoever manages the AWS configuration, they should be able to create a user for you, and for that user they will be able to create, or you can create, if you have the access, you can create the own your own access key ID and the secret key here. So now I have provided mine. So it's basically a key, and this is going to be stored in the locally. Now you see, once the configuration is done, once I hit the save button, this information will go away. So let me save. You see the access key has been accepted and AWS credentials saved successfully. So this is the step one we have just completed, providing the access key. Second is the region and temperature and max tokens. Second step. Now you can see the AWS region and which model we wanted to select. We'll be able to select. And right now I'm just keeping it very low because this is only a test. So I'm just keeping it low. And max token, I will selecting as 2000 as my default max token. So next step is like when it comes to the right side, we will be browsing a file. Let me browse the file. If you remember, this is the file we just created during using the one of the uh, tool test data generator, and this is the user story we will be creating. And for the demo purpose, I'm just only selecting only top 5 user stories. Okay, so though there are 500 user stories for the demo, I just selecting the only 5. So once this is done, you after the credentials model configuration, you upload your user stories and then hit generate test cases. This is where actually Claude AI is going to work. So this is going to connect to the one of the Bedrock region in the US East one, and there it is going to process all these 5 user stories and give us the generated test cases. So you can see the process over here. Because if I give more data, this is the same process it's going to complete. Now you can see this is the AI generated test cases. Okay. So for this, the stories processed only 5. Yes, we have provided the 5 stories, and this is the 5 stories, and it generated 15 test cases, and it shows how many effort hours has been saved and the confidence level of the test cases. And also it gives me a cost estimate, how much cost has been used to use the model. So typically, let me show you the cost as well. You can see the results and those things, but you can see here, this will all give some information, and also security considerations and cost. It's going to be a $3 for million input tokens and $15 for million output tokens. So this cost calculation is as of 2024. You can refer to the latest cost in the AWS website itself. Again, this gives an level of confidence, like how much confidently this test case are related to each other, related to the use case. And while the use cases are generated, it is going to give us the positive, negative, and edge cases. for all the user stories along with its test cases IDs. Again, in the code which is already available, it's in the code called app.cy. It's all customizable. So if you want to add few more parameters, you want to do any of the tokens, everything can be handled over here. Okay. So again, you have an options to download, but I'm not going to download, but you have an options to download and deploy it to your web service. Okay. So this gives a fair idea about how we can use how to generate a test case and how to use the test cases, generate a use case and then generate the test case. In this place, while dropping the file, you can create your own applications context. So you can add this test case as a context, and from there you can generate the test case. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. This all I wanted to show it with you, and have a great day. Bye. I'm sorry. We'll be able to generate the test case as well. Thank you. Bye.